What's up, the Manifest Movement? We are back and we are talking about my favorite subject, money. Universe, show me the money, right? And I have talked about this subject over and over and over again, but I just need to repeat myself because this is by far the number one thing that people want to manifest. Every single time I do a manifestation challenge, I ask, what are you manifesting? Number one is money. It always is money. And it's not about, genuinely, the people that are doing the challenge, it's not about buying being on a yacht and having the Chanel bags and all of that sort of jazz. It's literally having freedom and choice. Money is freedom and choice. And recently, I want to take you through a couple of conversations that I've had recently, because that is the best way to understand what your money habits are, what your money blockers are, and all of that. So let's first up. So I was having a conversation. I was with one of my good friends, her sister and her mom. And the sister, the two sisters and the mom had done the manifestation challenge, and they were talking about doing the next three. They're going to be on the next three ones. And they were talking about money. And the mom was saying, yeah, is it just a little bit greedy to want more? And this comes up time and time and time again, that we always say, but sure, don't we have enough? Which, right? Like, fine, okay, if you think you have enough, right? But to want more money is not greedy unless you're already a greedy person. For me personally, I want more money to expand and grow the business. Why? Well, then it'll inspire more people to manifest their dream lives. I want more money so I can take time out to create a book, which again will inspire people to manifest their dream lives. And then recently, I like to give back to charity, and I might see a story of, I saw someone recently, their son was like in a really bad accident in Thailand, couldn't get home. I wanted to donate to that. A child with cancer. I don't know these people. I don't know them. But the ability to donate even a small amount, 25 euro for me, is, I really, really like the fact that I am able to give back a little bit. So let go of the fact that money is greedy. And you might be thinking, well, in society, all the powerful people are greedy. But that's not all true, right? Look at yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. What would you do with the money? And think about it that way. And so the other thing about, and I'm going to tell you what happened to me for the month of February, but another thing that has come up a lot with money is whenever you're manifesting, right, I always say to people, like, you really need to be able to feel it as if you already have it. And a lot of people really struggle with feeling that when it comes to money, because it's like, well, how do you feel abundant, right? How do you actually feel it? And there was this guy who was in his 20s. I cannot find the video, but he's in his 20s and he's talking about manifestation, and he's in one of the most luxurious 5-star hotel rooms in Dublin. I think it's the Westbury, if I recall correctly, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, this room for that particular night was a massive suite, and it was like, I think he said 2,000 euro. And he was saying, if you want to manifest more abundance, you've got to be able to feel it, as if you've got to be able to feel it. And what's the only way to feel it? You spend the money on a 2,000 euro hotel room. Like, are you fucking kidding me, you idiot? Sorry. I should really take that back, but I'm not going to edit that out. Like, honestly, you are telling people that are trying to manifest more money that they should drop 2,000 euro on a hotel room when people are struggling to pay their bills at the end of the month. I hate that sort of manifestation talk. It drives me nuts. And what I would say is you don't have to spend a shit ton of money to feel rich. For example, you could walk into that hotel, sit down, and have an overpriced coffee for €6.10. Flat white in the Westbury, $6.10 because I was in there recently. €6.10. But just go in, dress up, sit down, have a nice coffee. It is going to feel different sitting in the Westbury drinking a flat white than going across your Starbucks and sitting down there. The feel is different. And for you, that could just be enough to feel like, oh, this is a really nice treat. And you haven't spent €2,000, you've spent €6.10. And you can also do things like what I do when I'm manifesting more money is like I'll point to things like cars and houses and bags and clothes and like window shopping and be like, I'll come back for that. I'll come back for that. Or me next. Me next. You don't necessarily need to purchase it. But what will happen when you keep that vibe high of manifesting money is that stuff will start to come into your life. I guarantee you, if you start with a good money mindset and you start becoming aware of your thoughts around money and you change your thoughts around money, stuff will start coming into your life. It's a guarantee. And I'm going to tell you my story about that. But first, so I got one of the things that I get people to do to feel as if they're manifesting something is I tell them, well, what is the first thing that you would do if you actually manifested your dream job, money, a home, a car, you're a baby, you just got engaged, you met somebody? What's the first thing you would do? Well, the first thing you would do is you would tell somebody. You're typically going to tell your parents or your sibling or your partner or whatever it is. So you're like, guess what happened? Like it's a news story for you. It's like, guess what? So what I like people to do is think about who are you going to tell when it happens? Who are you telling? So you play the guess what game, right? So you're saying, guess what? I just met. So what I tell people to do is pretend that they've just manifested what they wanted and send me a message or send their friend a message and say, guess what? I just manifested clearing my debt, or I just manifested buying our dream home, or I just met the most amazing soulmate, whatever it is that you actually want in your life. So what I find a lot when it gets to abundance is that people say, guess what? I just won €1 million. This girl sent me a message. She's like, guess what? I just got a phone call that I've won €1 million. Or guess what? I just got a phone call that I won the lotto. Or just guess what? Or I just won the lotto. Guess what? I just won €5,000. Whatever it is that they want. And firstly, manifestation is a fierce belief in possibility, right? Anything is possible when you believe. But really, do you really believe that you are going to win €1 million? Perhaps. And I think that people that do win the lottery probably have that vibrational frequency that they do actually believe that they can win. But for the majority of us, we don't actually believe. Why don't we believe? Because our logical minds are like, statistically unlikely. Now, you can convince yourself that it's going to happen and you can like create it. It's a fact. It's going to happen. But you'll have to work really hard to create that belief. And it is very unlikely to stick, right? So stop telling yourself that you're going to win money. Like, if you tell the universe, I am going to get money by winning it, the universe has no other options to bring money to you. You don't know how the money is going to come. Stop limiting yourself to winning it, or it has to be through my job, or it has to be this, that, or the other way. Let go of the how. Your responsibility is to show up, to take action, to work on your money mindset. The how is for the universe. The how is not your problem. I say it again. Listen, the how is not your problem. So for the month of February, I was playing the game, the money game, right? So which is GAME. I am so grateful for all the money coming to me. A, affirmation, universe, show me the money. M is for manifestation. I am a money magnet. Manifesting money comes easily to me, and E is for exercise. And what I did for the whole month of February is I had a coin in my pocket, right? And I would hold the coin in my pocket when I was walking to the studio or walking to the gym or wherever I was going. If you don't have any pockets, you can tape the money to your phone because we are attached to our phones, right? And I would say, my money multiplies, my money multiplies. And then whenever I would see a person, I would say, lots of money for me, lots of money for you. Like I'm giving out that good vibrational frequency of lots of money for me, lots of money for you, right? And I am really, really focusing on my money mindset. I'm really focusing every day. I'm playing the game. And if I, like, even for example, when you get a bill, I always find like at the end of the month, at the beginning of every month, my bills start to pile up and come in. Like they usually come in on the first of the month or the first, second, or third. It's always the way, especially when you're in business. And you can have a couple of choices, right? You can say, fuck, another fucking bill, and your vibe is lowered. And that is not going to do you any good because guess what? The bill is there, it's coming, and you have no control over the bill, right? It's a bill. You got to pay it, right? The second thing you can do is just be neutral. Okay, it's a bill. I got to pay it. The end. Neutral, you don't do anything. That's not so bad. But the third thing that I think is actually a really good thing that I have started doing recently is I've gotten the bill and I've thought about what the bill means, right? So let's say as an example, the first week of the month, I get a bill for the podcast studio. And I will be like, I could be like, I have to pay for the podcast studio. Or I can just say, you know what? I'm so grateful. I get to go to the podcast studio and I get to do my podcast. What I love to do, I love it. So I'm grateful for that. Or you get your electricity bill and you say, I'm so grateful for electricity. Have you ever been on an electricity outage? It's shit. It is shit, right? So having no electricity is shit. So you get the bill and you're saying, look, you know what? Electricity costs are high, but I'm so grateful for electricity. Or you get your bin charges. I'm grateful that there's no smelly bins around the place, that they're being picked up. Use your bills instead of using the bills as oh my God, everything's so expensive and it's another bill. This is so costly. Use it as a way to think about what the bill actually means. And, maybe it's a GP bill or a physio bill, and you can be grateful that you can do this. Or maybe you're going through IVF and fertility and you're getting all these bills for the clinics, but you can be grateful that there is this option of IVF, that you have the option and you get to do this to have the family that you want. So instead of lowering your vibration, because guess what? It's all about that vibe and the frequency that we're putting out, because what you put out is coming back to you. Don't forget that. The vibe you're putting out is circling back to you. So you're going to complain about bills, you're just going to get more, or you're going to get more shit into your life, right? And definitely what goes around comes around 100%. So I started playing the game. I was like, I'm going to play the game. I'm playing the game for February. It's all good, right? And then this stuff started to happen, right? So I have a policy that I don't accept any free gifts from brands unless I already purchase from the brand. So if a random brand contacts me and says, which is rare, by the way, I am not getting contacted all the time for free gifts, believe me. But if a random brand contacts me and says, we'd love to send you a face mask, or we'd love to send you, I don't know, a pair of socks, I don't know what it is, I will say thank you, but I don't accept gifts from brands that I don't already purchase from. And the reason is I just want to keep my stuff authentic. I want to and sometimes what I do is I will buy off that brand because I'll been made aware of it. So anyway, I love the Audrey Hamilton sweaters, and out of nowhere, I got an email saying your Audrey Hamilton Posh Pig sweater. Gorgeous sweaters. I love her sweaters. I have the Queen. I have the Butterfly. I have feels like summer, smells like summer, colorful sweater. That one I have. What else do I have? Oh, I have the the flamingo. So I have bought loads of her sweaters, right? So your posh pig is on the way, and her sweaters are so colorful. So that is abundant. That is money. That sweater is €180, and she sent it to me. Then the Bell Brush sent me their new palm brush, €22.50. Thank you, the Bell Brush. The Bell Brush is the only Irish brush that I use. I absolutely love their brushes. They are the best. And Nancy Costello was on the podcast talking about, check out that episode if you haven't, talking about Nicola Coughlan, the actress, putting the Bell Brush into vogue. The brushes are phenomenal. Love their brushes. So I got gifted that. Then this happened. So my husband is 40 in March, and I've been saying I would love a night away in a 5-star hotel. I like my 5-star hotels, okay? 5-star life. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's really challenging for us because we've got 4 kids, and it's really hard to find a babysitter that will take them and all that jazz. So I was like, oh, I'd love a night in a 5-star hotel. I'd love a night in a 5-star hotel. But like, it just wasn't happening. Just wasn't happening. And then I had work to do for a client, and they were having meetings, and I had to meet them in the Westbury 5-star hotel in the Westbury. And turns out that a lot of the board of directors and the management team live on the East Coast of the USA, and there was really bad weather, so they couldn't fly in to Dublin. So there was a whole load of rooms that they had to pay for that were just going to go to waste because it was too late, or they would have been charged a cancellation fee. So they said to me, do you want to stay a night in the Westbury on us? And I was like, oh, hell yes, I do. Yes, I do. And when I got there to the Westbury, first of all, I got picked up in a car, and it was a BYD, build your dreams. I was like, whoop, whoop, getting into the car. Then I got to the Westbury, and they said to me, they're like, actually, we're going to upgrade you to like this town suite or something, which was amazing. So, and they were like, and the company has it all paid for, which is amazing. And then I had dinner in the Wild restaurant, part of the Westbury, that night. So I got my 5-star hotel. Now, I did not get it with my husband staying with me because we had 4 kids to take to school the next day. But he got up, he cycled in, and he met me for breakfast at 9, and we spent like 2-3 hours there. And it was good enough. But the thing is this, I've been saying I want to stay in a 5-star hotel. I have been playing the game, the money game. And this came in. And this is what happens when you're manifesting. You don't know how it's going to come. I didn't know that I was going to get a free night in the Westbury because the weather conditions on the East Coast of the USA were bad. And then I got an upgrade because a lot of the directors that were staying had really nice rooms. I didn't know that. But this is what happens when you're putting out that vibrational frequency. And you might say, oh yeah, Yvonne, this kind of shit just happens to you. No, it doesn't. It will happen to you or for you too if you get on the wavelength. What is different between me and you? What's the difference? My mindset. I am consistent. I don't make excuses. That's the reality. That is the actual reality. Do you think I'm meditating for 20 minutes every morning? No. Do you think I'm journaling for 30 minutes every day? No. A mom, I'm a mom. I'm busy. I've got jobs. I can't do that. So the only way to create my reality with manifestation and to call in abundance is to show up every single day with a good money mindset and do the work. So I just played the game. And I'd hold the money and I'd say, and then I became aware of all the good things that were coming to me. I am abundant. Free night in a 5-star hotel. I am abundant. I just got this fabulous sweater from Audrey Hamilton. I am abundant. I got a hairbrush. Every little thing. A free coffee. I am abundant. It is the way my mind operates. So if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. But you've got to show up and you've got to start being consistent. Stop making excuses. I'm not asking you to spend 30 minutes manifesting in the morning. I'm just saying, build it into your day. It's not that hard. Build it into your day. So if you want to start manifesting more money, if you want to start having a good money mindset, then join our April Abundance Challenge. It is going to be all about money. And one thing, so what I've been doing is I've been practicing. I was practicing in February a lot. I was doing the game and practicing a lot of the money tips. And one of the tips on one of the days I have not done yet. Oh, I'm so reluctant to do it. But one of the tips is on one of the days, you cannot spend a penny. Right? You can't even spend a penny. Now, if you've got direct debits going out or whatever, that's fine, but you can't buy your coffee or you can't buy a lunch or you got to be prepared, right? And it's not about not spending the money. It's about recognizing how good your life is that you can just go and buy a coffee, or how good your life is that you don't have to really think about it. You can buy the coffee, or it's also about, but it's also about the fact that we just have these habits. Like I get a daily flat white, right? It's a habit. I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm going to go into shock when I can't buy my flat white one day, right? But it's really about taking a step back and being grateful that, oh, I actually can go buy my flat white every day, and how much joy that brings me. It's like remembering the joy the little things bring you, because you just get your flat white now and it's just like normal. But for me, I genuinely do get a flat white and I'm like, oh, I love this. I am abundant, 5-star life. But a lot of the time we're just doing things out of habit. So I've got to do that one, not spending a penny. Now you can join the challenge and be like, no. I'm spending the money. Fine. Do whatever you want. But like, if you want to go all in and you want to create an abundant mindset, a money mindset, then you're going all in and you're doing all the tasks. And I'm telling you, this money challenge is absolutely incredible. Do not miss out on this. Do not miss out on it. I actually can't wait to do the money challenge, which starts in April. So sign up, because like the last challenge, the March challenge, closed early. And this could close early. Also, we could run out of stock for the challenge. So sign up and see you next time. Bye.